It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we are tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. A good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
He's brought down at the...
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just give up the score.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Throw there going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense?
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Some guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the ball.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Over the middle to Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short.
Before you run your second down play.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And again this time to the tailback. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. This is McCaffrey, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
He's brought down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. He's got daylight. The 30. 10.
Yeah, it's on.
Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
For the point after.
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Their own 21-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
They had enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And it's up and good. And how about this decision? Tie game first half, but here's an onside kick. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That second down play nets a -4.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. With McCaffrey. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Past midfield, look out. Still going past the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. That kick return falls 1 yard short of the all-time mark as it goes down as a 108-yard return. And the Lions have tied it. If they hit the extra point, they'll have the lead. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey, and it's 3rd and 5.
5 yards to go.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Brings up 4th down.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Christian McCaffrey unable to get to the marker. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. We're getting closer here now to halftime, and we may need that halftime break just because there hasn't been much of a break in this first half. A lot of points being put up.
Not much room to breathe, is there? Because these guys are going up and down the field. And let's face it, if you're the offensive coordinator for either squad, pretty happy with what you're seeing. If you're the defensive coordinator,
you're not so happy.
You're frantically searching for something that'll work. You're on the headset talking to your assistant. You're checking your play sheet. You're going through your memory banks of all the tape you've watched. You've got to come up with something, anything that'll help slow them down.
Searching for answers. Airing it out deep for Smith. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Jeremy Chinn picks it up. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. It's a gain of 7, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
The Panther first down.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Kickoff for Carolina.
One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson looking here for Smith downfield. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Jackson on 3rd and long. Right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Jackson from the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Jackson throwing once more. Oh, look at that, a diving catch. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Ball carrier.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Panthers' 41-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Jackson. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 15 yards on the play. First down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. The open man is Smith. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a first down as well. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Jackson will throw again. And that will be caught out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Again, Jackson. He's got his man. It's caught for a touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers.
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. One quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, here's Herbert. That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
They snap it to Herbert. Got his target, Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 35 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this fourth quarter.
The game, 28 all. Joey Sly to kick off for Carolina.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards, a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 35. And with that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. As they run the counter play. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
Throwing now is Jackson. As they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Short of the goal line.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Now they're going to the playoffs.
Panthers.
Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.